Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, July 26th, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. With the heat wave last weekend and temperatures potentially rising into the 90s next week, Health Department Director Sigal Reese shares some tips on how to stay safe during the dangerous temperatures.
Top 10 summer safety tips. 1. Stay cool. We've already seen some extreme temperatures, so make sure you get a break from the heat. 2. Stay hydrated. This will help your body regulate temperature and also avoid dehydration. 3. Water safety, especially with young children. Don't let kids swim unattended and keep the pool area safe. 4. Sunscreen. Sunscreen protects your skin from UV rays. And also 5. Wear your shades, because your eyes need protection too from the UV light. 6. Enjoy summer activities like biking, but make sure to wear proper safety gear like a helmet. 7. Summer is also mosquito season. Wear your bug spray and long sleeves when you're outdoors during dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are more active. 8. Right behind mosquitoes, we do have ticks. Both mosquitoes and ticks carry disease, and bug spray can work to deter both bugs. But if you're playing or working outdoors, make sure to do a tick check when you go inside or that evening. 9. Extra care around food safety in the warm temperatures. And when you're having social events, food can sit outside and get in the danger zone where bacteria can grow. Don't leave that potato out in the sun all day and then try and feed it to the kids and grandma, who might be more susceptible to foodborne illness. Lastly, go out, have fun, enjoy the weather, but make sure to make good choices and be safe, and be a role model to youth by making good choices.
Children at the play camps and all around Norwood gathered at the Hawes Pool area on Friday morning for one of the great annual events in town, the Day of Hope Carnival. The children enjoyed everything from ice cream to pony rides and even some foam. The money raised for the event is donated to the Circle of Hope, which is a great Norwood organization that raises money for residents in need.
Yeah, so today we have the Day of Hope Carnival. Every year in the summertime we put this carnival together, and all the proceeds go to the Circle of Hope, which is a nonprofit organization that helps with families with catastrophic illness. Lee Kennedy, who has graciously told us today that she has been able to donate over $800,000 to families in need in Norwood. Yeah, so right now we have face paint, we have a tattoo station, we have Paul's Ponies, we have the game truck, various inflatables, a dunk tank, cotton candy, popcorn, dance competition. We just wanted to thank all the families in Norwood for coming out today. We are very lucky to have a super sunny day. We have a lot of families here. We appreciate it, and we know the Circle of Hope will appreciate it. Thank you, Norwood, for your support, and we will see you in the fall.
Stay tuned after this break for another fantastic Rec Department event and this week's Living Local.
And welcome back to NutriSlice News. Today we're learning about a new summer meals program going on at the Coakley. Let's go live on the scene with Chris P. Bacon. Thanks, Phil. This is Chris P. Bacon here. I'm live on the scene at the Coakley Middle School, where they're starting the Summer Eats program. This runs from July 1st all the way through August 16th, Monday through Friday. Lunch will be served to all kids and teens, 18 and under. Come on down and grab lunch anytime from 10:30 to 12:30. We're going to be serving meals no matter if it's a hurricane or torrential downpours. Lunch will be served. Back to you in the studio. Thanks, Chris. That looks like a great program that all the kids will love. Make sure you stay dry. Grab a towel. We'll see you later on tonight for your local news.
Welcome back. The Rec Department hosted kids and their parents from all across town on the front yard of Norwood High School for its summer movie night on Wednesday. A large inflatable projector screen was set up and the crowd was treated to the movie Wonder Park. No movie would be complete without bags of popcorn, which were handed out by the Rec Department staff. For Sarah Griffin, it was nice to see this many kids come together and enjoy the event.
Yeah, it's nice. It seems like there's kids from all different elementary schools coming together, playing out there. I saw some beach balls bouncing around, maybe a little frisbee throwing, and a lot of rolling down the hills. So it's nice when you can bring different elementary schools together in the middle of the summer like that.
From movie nights, we now go to this week's Living Local that will put a kick in your morning routine. Let's go check out a coffee roasting company that is located inside Percival Brewing on this week's Living Local.
Located in Percival Brewing Company, Cafe Roasting focuses on bringing fresh coffee to the community.
My name's Nicholas Callahan. I'm the head roaster of Cafe Roasting Company in Norwood, Massachusetts.
Nick started roasting his coffee at home as a hobby, never thinking it would turn into a profession.
I actually started home roasting to start, and then I met with Phil, the owner of Percival, and we just kind of linked up, and he bought this wonderful machine, and now I'm here roasting on this commercial machine.
Using a professional coffee roasting machine, Nick explains the process of roasting fresh coffee.
Well, we start with green beans that we source all over the world, and we import them here from a supplier. We bring them in, we bring them into this Diedrich IR5, which is an infrared roaster, and it comes out with fresh coffee.
The name Cafe comes from the country of Ethiopia.
Well, Cafe is actually it was the first city within Ethiopia that found coffee. So there was actually a goat herder that noticed that his goats were eating these berries from this bush. He decided that he wanted to try some to get the similar effect, and that's basically how we got our name.
Nick thinks the Space Center is a great place for creative artists and businesses.
I do like the Space Center. It's a great place. It's just really a great hive of creative minds. So it's awesome to be here, not only with the brewery, but with the roastery as well.
Nick has found a home here in Norwood, who has welcomed him with open arms.
I love doing business in Norwood. The people are so supportive. They really love craft beer and craft coffee. They love the emphasis on the freshness. They love being a part of the community, and I love them for it.
A lot of customers that come in like to start their visit with a coffee before indulging in some tasty beers from Percival Brewing.
Yeah, we see people come in on a Saturday, they'll have a coffee to start. We serve hot coffee here, and then they'll switch over to beer for a little bit. We brew a lot of beers that include the coffee that we roast here, so it's a fun way for me to collaborate with Anthony, the head brewer, and we can come up with these insane coffee stouts and porters, and all kinds of recipes are lined up for coffee adjuncts with the beer.
Nick takes a lot of pride in roasting his coffee to the freshest.
The one thing that I want the community to know about our business is that we really emphasize freshness, and we're bringing the freshest coffee to Norwood.
To learn more about Cafe Roasting, visit their Facebook and Instagram pages.
Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your local government.
The Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation was established in 1998 in memory of Michelle Kennedy, a young Norwood resident who suffered with leukemia. During Michelle's battle, the entire Norwood community, many of whom did not know Michelle, joined together to support her in her time of need, and it is in that spirit the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation continues. The mission of the foundation is to provide assistance to Norwood residents who are in need due to a catastrophic medical occurrence. The Circle of Hope Foundation aims to alleviate the stress of everyday expenses for Norwood families during their time of need. Over the years, their assistance has covered housing expenses, utilities, food, and various medical expenses. The Circle of Hope relies on referrals and direct requests to find those in need. If you know of a Norwood resident who needs assistance, or if you are a resident who needs some yourself, please call the Norwood Circle of Hope at 781-762-3549. or write to the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation, P.O. Box 421, Norwood, Massachusetts 02062. To learn more about the Circle of Hope or to get involved, visit norwoodcoh.org.
Welcome back to Norwood News. It was a light week in government with only 2 of our regularly scheduled meetings and 1 new commission to report on. The Board of Selectmen, acting as electric light commissioners, voted unanimously against a public records request regarding Norwood Light Department. Norwood is not the only municipality to receive this request. This also is not the first time this type of request has come before the board. Selectman Plasko explains.
I just wanted to say that we have already taken this vote many years ago. I brought it up myself. It was so far back that Mr. McDonald was still the superintendent of the light department. So it's probably a good idea that we do it again and on the record. And a little refresh since it's so old, but if we had to, we certainly could show that we had taken that. As you say, it's to comply with this public records request, to be able to deny certain information if it has to do with competition and could affect our competition, our business dealings. In this case, it appears that it's a group that has nothing, they're not looking at the Norwood Light Department, they're
Correct.
looking at a gas line that's proposed, and apparently they think they can prove that there isn't going to be a savings to the public or something down the road, and they're trying to get information from everywhere, from, as you said, all the municipalities are being asked for this information.
The Board of Selectmen will meet again on August 6th. The current Eagle Scout projects were discussed at the Trails Advisory Committee this week. One scout plans to lay out signs and markers along the cross-country course at Coakley Middle School this weekend. The scout is currently looking for volunteers. The committee also discussed the Endine Trail Improvement Project and trail mapping. The next Trail Advisory meeting will be Tuesday, August 13th. A new commission was added to town government on Wednesday night when the Sustainability Commission met for their first information session. The meeting opened with an overview of what the plans are going to be for the Sustainability Commission moving forward.
In brief, we're looking to put a Sustainability Commission in place. We want them to come up with a Sustainability Action Plan. They're sometimes called Climate Action Plans for the town. And over the course of the next 5 years, it will be sort of a 5-year sustainability strategic plan, if you will. They will plan the work and work the plan, so to speak, for sustainability initiatives in the town.
Following Town Manager Mizuko's brief plans, summer intern Erin Donnelly gave a presentation on sustainability, what it is, and why it is important to the town. All the information in this meeting is provided on the town's website, and any questions about sustainability can be sent to Town Manager Mizuko. To watch complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your schools. Welcome back. This week we're going to show you an NHS TV project that highlights a special fundraiser that the girls volleyball team put on to raise money for one of their own.
The volleyball team recently came together to run a fundraiser for a player in need. Senior captain Jenny King says the idea, Think Gray, came from their coach.
He mentioned that Natalia was suffering from brain cancer and that we should have a fundraiser for her, and right away we all agreed that that'd be the perfect idea for a fundraiser.
So when the team found out about her situation, they jumped right into action.
So we had a bake sale for her. We sold these t-shirts, and we also sold like little paper ribbons.
And before their matchup against Dedham, the team decorated the gym with posters and balloons in order to dedicate the game to Natalia.
We were able to honor her in a way like she wasn't able to play this season and she really wanted to, so we were happy doing this for her. Seeing everyone come out and seeing all the decorations in the gym, and it was just a really good night.
And while the event was aimed at fundraising and creating awareness about Thinking Gray, the volleyball team says they came away with a new sense of unity.
I think it really brought us together, and it was kind of eye-opening in a way that anything can happen to anyone at any moment, even your teammates, your friends, whatever. So it was really nice for us to come together in moments like that.
The team ended up raising over $2,200. If you'd like to make a donation for Natalia, you can visit her GoFundMe page. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Allison Kelleher.
Hey everybody, Brian Dunn here for another quick league and baseball update. Their season unfortunately came to a close this past weekend via double elimination, the first game being a 3-2 loss to Hyde Park in the first round of the playoff tournament. Congratulations to the league and team on finishing the season strong.
And so now that you officially have the job, we get to kind of get into what the football aspects of what your job is. So kind of just tell me what if you can, what your expectations are of the team. You kind of come in a unique spot because this is their first year into the Tri-Valley League. I mean, there for lack of a better word, there's been some struggling years, a couple losing seasons. So can you tell me what your expectations are kind of moving into next fall?
So I think, and part of what I had said before is starting at the youth level. I think we need to get a better grasp of working with that program. The youth level will never be able to do everything that we do just because of the age difference. But terminology, certain things that the kids learn then and start to bring up. And I'm actually lucky because the crop of kids that we have now, and some of which obviously I've been here 5 years, so I know some of the older kids, but the younger kids that are coming up are great football players, great athletes. The biggest thing is keeping them involved in the sport. In the past, we've had, some decent freshman teams, and then you drop off and a couple of kids don't come back out their sophomore, junior year. We have to keep them involved throughout the 4 years that they're here at Norwood High. I said my short-term goal is to win right now. I think the kids that are here, and a lot of the athletes that we had a meeting on Monday, a lot of the kids that haven't played in the past that are going to come back out, hopefully, put us in a position to win in the Tri-Valley right now. Tri-Valley is a great league. There's some really good football teams in there, but I think we can compete with them right away.
So step one, you get the coaching gig, and you and I kind of talked before we went on air, the logistics, because getting to know people, getting to know the community a little better. What's the first step for you and the team as a whole to kind of get the season off on the right foot?
So the big thing, I always say it starts in the weight room. So we had our meeting on Monday of last week, kind of explain to the kids what our expectations are. When I got named the position right away, we have Walpole September 6th, and I couldn't be more excited to open up against Walpole. So we start in the weight room right now. Now I know, kids are playing their spring sports, and I love a three-sport athlete. I don't want to take anything away from the sports that are going on right now, but if you're not in it, you need to be in the weight room. So we're starting our weightlifting program, getting kids involved now, getting them going. So right when school gets out, what is it, June 21st, whenever you guys get out, that's when football starts right away. So we need to get the weight room going now. I need to get in touch with a lot of the kids that maybe weren't in the meeting that are on the fence on if they want to play or not. I'd love for them to come down to the weight room, come talk to me for a few minutes, get them pushed in the right direction to let's get this going. We got Walpole September 6th, so we're rolling.
Thanks, Brian. Technology changes every day, and with the recent spike in streaming video services, local community media is facing challenges and potential funding cuts. Mass Access, a nonprofit organization that advocates for local community media in Massachusetts, filed a recent bill on Monday, an active relative to digital entertainment on public rights of way. The bill would impose a 5% fee on digital streaming providers which are using public rights of way in order to sell their service to Massachusetts residents. Streaming providers rely on local infrastructure to sell their product to millions of Massachusetts residents, yet pay nothing to use that infrastructure. The money that is taxed and collected, if the bill passed, would be split between community media municipalities and the state general fund. Local community media stations have reached out to their local state representatives for their support on this bill. Norwood News will be following the status of this bill throughout the process. As reported on last week's newscast, the Concerts on the Common will be hosting its biggest concert of the year this Sunday night. Local Massachusetts star Natalie Jolie and the Reckless Hearts will be rocking the gazebo in front of hundreds, not only Norwood residents, but also residents of our surrounding towns.
Many of you know her, many of you don't, but her name is Natalie Jolie and the Reckless Hearts. Natalie is from the Wakefield area, and we had figured out a way to substitute the Pops Night. And so one of our fundraising chair, Barbara Kinta, had reached out to Ernie Bach Jr. because Ernie Bach Jr. is tied in to the Boston music world immensely. So Ernie came up with an idea, let's bring Natalie Jolie to the Norwood Town Common. So we talked about it, and we brought her here last year. It was one of the biggest events and most successful events in the town of Norwood. So, I have to give a big thank you to Barbara Kinta, who's our fundraising chair. I have to give a big thank you to Ernie Bach Jr. because he is picking up the tab, and we've tied in the PMA, the Parent Music Association. They're going to be taking care of all the food, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the snow cones, and what have you. So, there's no charge. It's just a wonderful night. And to bring this type of entertainment to the town common on a beautiful summer night, you can't beat it.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.